Romance is in the air for Valentine's Day. And when you're ready to pop the question, all you need is the perfect moment to come around. And, of course, the ring. At BlueNile.com, you can find thousands of natural and lab-grown diamonds, plus legendary service from Blue Nile's jewelry experts who can answer every question, help you design a custom ring, and even plan the proposal. So seize the day today. Right now, you can save up to 50% at BlueNile.com. That's BlueNile.com.
This episode is brought to you by Nerds Gummy Clusters, the sweet treat that always elevates the vibe. With a sweet gummy surrounded with tangy, crunchy nerds, every bite of Nerds Gummy Clusters brings you a whole new world of flavor. Whether it's game night, on the way to a concert, or kicking back with your crew, unleash your senses with Nerds Gummy Clusters.
And in the NFL, there's actually a lot of craziness happening right now. With Aaron Rodgers, Myles Garrett, some free agents is coming into play. Now, Aaron Rodgers is not a free agent, but let's break this down first just for a sec. So Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets will officially be parting ways. It's been multiple reports saying that the new GM and everybody, they told Aaron Rodgers he can't go on Pat McAfee anymore, and he said, I don't like that. So now they're going to part ways. So Jets done with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has to find a new home after he promised New York to get his all and to retire there, all of that glorious stuff, whatever. And now he's getting shipped out. So I got to ask you, bro, where is Aaron Rodgers going to end up, and who the hell is the Jets going to get to be their quarterback?
Well, this is the reason why Aaron is out of New York, because he tried to control an NFL franchise in a similar way like LeBron James controls NBA franchises. You can't do that in the National Football League.
Facts.
So when you ran out Robert Saleh, a defensive coordinator out of town that had the Jets playing at the top 10, could crack the window of being a top 5 defensive unit. Once he got fired, the whole defense fell apart, and that was the bright spot about the entire team last year. So Aaron Rodgers, his play has really gone downhill. He's looking like a shell of himself right now. That torn Achilles, he can't move around well in the pocket. Doesn't have that elusiveness that he used to have in those Green Bay Packer days. And he's brought the team down, and they've been more successful with Zach Wilson at the helm than Aaron Rodgers. So it's time to move on, and I don't see any NFL team he can elevate, because if he goes to the Steelers, what's that? Russell Wilson 2.0?
Yep.
Upgrade, that's really not doing anything. And the Giants, no. I don't know. No. I think retirement's best for him.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers need to go ahead and get in that home. He need to go ahead, retire, sit his behind down. He looked awful. If I didn't know anything about Aaron Rodgers in the early 2010s and early or late 2000s, I would have thought Aaron Rodgers was just a scrub. I would have thought he was Case Keenum 2.0, Blake Bortles. If I didn't have prior knowledge of who Aaron Rodgers was, based on his play last season, I would assume he was a bum. I would question why he's making so much money, why he has so much hype, why his media is so obsessed with this dude. He played terrible. And now that he has to go somewhere, it's no place that would make it home for him. It's no place that would benefit from getting Aaron Rodgers. You talk about the Steelers possibly getting Aaron Rodgers. That's a terrible look. That's a step down from Russell Wilson. And that's just even more insane that they would try and get Aaron Rodgers when they got Justin Fields over there, who's I think is pretty decent. And then you mentioned New York Jets. Like, come on, man. If they take Aaron Rodgers, you think they gonna benefit? Hell no. So he's in a situation where he's just got to sit his behind down. He needs to retire, call it a day. We know, bro, hey, at this point, it's as evident as possible. You're not gonna ever be as great as Tom Brady. You're not gonna ever win as many championships as Tom Brady. None of that is happening, bro. It's time for him to wrap it up. Sit his behind down, man. And that leads me to my next thing of who should be the Jets quarterback. Now, you got new head coach, Aaron Glenn over there, new GM and all of that stuff. They kind of fixed some things. They got rid of the cancer in Aaron Rodgers. He's on his way out. He's got his bags packed. But who is the quarterback you can bring in to really help turn this franchise around with the Jets?
Ooh, that's a tough question, because the NFL free agent market in quarterbacks is not hot this offseason. Maybe Justin Fields, you could give him a try. If you really want to throw a bag at somebody and be desperate, give Sam Darnold a call and bring him back to New York Jets. I don't think it's worth drafting a quarterback in this draft in the first round. Maybe something in the second round with a Jalen Milroe or a Jackson Dart that might float around in the second round. But I don't know where the Jets go at this quarterback position this offseason.
So, I've been thinking about this because I was kind of on the same page as you. It's not really, the answer is not very evident and clear of who the Jets should target. But one of the people I've been thinking about, and you also brought up a guy that makes me think again, but I think Justin Fields would be a great fit. Justin Fields gets such a bad rep from that time in Chicago, but also the time in Chicago was just a tragedy all around, and anybody still putting all that blame on Justin Fields is just insane. Because with the Steelers, he showed a lot of promise in the games that he did start and that he did fill in for Russell Wilson. He showed he could still make throws. He showed he's still intelligent, can run with the ball, obviously, and protect the ball, which is probably the most important thing. So if the Jets could get a quarterback like that who is mobile, can possibly be a dual threat there with him and Breece Hall, and also you got another dynamic duo at running back too. So I think if you get a mobile quarterback back there and a guy who can make these simple, easy throws that Aaron Rodgers was missing at one point, the Jets might be okay. But I agree with you on do not draft a quarterback. This is not that type of class for that. You got to just bring in a guy who's ready to learn, who's ready to work. I think you should definitely try and possibly trade for somebody, but someone who's, it's tough, man. I'm on the train of Justin Fields, but also too, Jets is thinking another way too, because as of today, a recent report came out that they were possibly trying to get Trevor Lawrence. So Trevor Lawrence, if he's there, this is a report that came out today. If Trevor Lawrence ends up going to the Jets, obviously they're going to have to get rid of a lot, but that's also a big contract the Jets would take up if they did somehow get Trevor Lawrence. So I'm not really a fan of that. Trevor Lawrence, his play has just been all over the place, very inconsistent. So it would either be like a make or break with the Jets. Maybe it's Sam Darnold 2.0. Maybe he turned into the New York Jets' greatest quarterback ever. So you really just don't know. But what's your thoughts about the Trevor Lawrence possibly going to the New York Jets rumors?
Yeah, they should stay away from that. One, because of the contract. Two, he has not been that generational player that they claimed him to be coming out of Clemson. I haven't seen that yet. Three, the offensive line is still a problem. So even though Trevor Lawrence is younger and he's decent at best, the quality player that you would get at quarterback with a banged up not a banged up offensive line, but a bad offensive line.
Yeah.
I don't see what the upgrade really would be from an older Aaron Rodgers to a decent Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that's a tough combination, man. Long story short, I think we can agree that the New York Jets got some work to do. They got a lot of work to do. Last thing, too, I want to go ahead and bring up. Myles Garrett, big name right now, requested a trade from the Cleveland Browns. Browns have been stinking it up, haven't done anything, pretty much just a place to go if you want to waste your talent. And if you are going to be a waste of time, and it's a place you just go enjoy the community, enjoy the food in Cleveland, but you're not going to win many football games. So Myles Garrett pretty much said he's done with that. He's tired of that. He wants to go play for a winning team and have a shot at winning a Super Bowl. And because of those statements, I have a couple of teams where I think he might go, but I got to hear your thoughts on this. Where do you think he may go in terms of requesting the trade and signing with the team?
Yeah, he deserves it because this is a freaking nature. Top 5 pass rusher
Facts.
in the National Football League, former Defensive Player of the Year. I got 3 teams that come to mind. One is the Commanders because they got a lot of cap space to play with. They could really benefit getting a defensive X factor on a defensive pass rusher, Myles Garrett playing Dan Quinn's defense. They fit the culture well. 2 would be the Bills. The Bills already have a really solid defensive rotation on the defensive line, but Myles Garrett playing with the Buffalo Bills and helping Josh Allen possibly one day get to the Super Bowl would really be beneficial. The last one's crazy. The Lions.
I was about to say.
Yeah, not the Vikings. The Lions would be nasty. Him and Aiden Hutchinson on opposite ends of the defensive line. Man, yeah, those 3 teams he would definitely go off with.
If he really wants to win, he's going to find a way, and he's going to force his way over to the Lions because that defense is already just ruthless, and people really haven't got a chance to see them at full strength because they were so beat down last year. But they got better than 2 years ago when they first made the playoffs and won the playoff game and stuff like that. They got even better this year. It's just they were so hurt. So, man, if Myles Garrett somehow get on the Lions, oh, man, that's going to be a nasty pass rush you got to face. But also you could say the same thing about the Bills and the Commanders. Now, I do have a question with the Commanders because do the Commanders, if Myles Garrett goes to the Commanders, do that really give him a good shot to go to the Super Bowl and actually win?
I think it does. They got a long offseason because they got pretty far with the team that wasn't even supposed to go 12-5 all the way to the NFC Championship.
Yep.
I think they'll reload pretty well this offseason. They'll get another wide receiver to play alongside Terry McLaurin. I think they'll add the holes that are on that team, and I think if Myles Garrett can get there, he definitely would be in that, would help them, because I feel like now with Jaden Daniels on a rookie contract, they're in a 2 to 4 year, their window is 2 to 4 years to win an NFL Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, he played great rookie year, but I always say rookie year, the league don't have that much film on you. They still learning your tendencies. It will make you uncomfortable, will make you comfortable. And, I mean, a lot of rookie quarterbacks take advantage of that. But the last thing that could happen is C.J. Stroud, like a C.J. Stroud season, sophomore slump type of year. Now, obviously, it's undetectable. You can't tell if that's ever going to happen or not. But it's like that's also a risk if he goes there. Like, and if I'm Myles Garrett, I want to eliminate all the risk possible that's going to stop me from going to the Super Bowl. So my two options would definitely be the Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills. I wouldn't even try and think about going anywhere else. But, man, those two teams would definitely be a huge help. Other than that, man, I don't think any other team would really be like a competitive team. Maybe, just maybe the Bengals, but the Bengals got a lot of work to do on their defense in general. So if he were to go there, like, it would be good. It would be a stepping stone in the change for the Cincinnati Bengals and helping them on their defense. But ultimately, like, they still got a lot of work to do in terms of winning now and having a good shot. So I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that. But other than that, man, anything you want to add on to the whole trade and all of that stuff going on in the NFL, whether it's Myles Garrett, Aaron Rodgers, and their teams that they may go to or that they're on now?
Other than that, no. But I will say keep an eye out for T. Higgins this offseason, whether he re-signs with the Bengals or not. He's going to make NFL free agency more exciting because a caliber wide receiver that could easily step up and be a number one wide receiver in any NFL offense, that could really hurt the chances of the Cincinnati Bengals contending and competing in a loaded AFC conference if he's not playing alongside Jamar Chase next season.
Yeah, that would hurt, man. That would put so much focus on Jamar Chase. There's already a lot of focus on him with him being the number one option and stuff, but if they lose T. Higgins, that's going to hurt, man. And the offensive line is already a tragedy at that. Yeah. So, man, that would hurt. I think he resigns though. I think T. Higgins resigns. But you just don't know in the NFL. You just never know. But we'll see, man. We'll find out. Anyway, look, man, Thomas, I appreciate you joining. Of course, let the people know where they can find the pod. Let the people know where they can find you on social, on YouTube, and all of that stuff as well.
Yeah, you can find us on social media such as Instagram, TikTok. You can find us on YouTube as well, on the Hop for Apple Podcasts as well. So we're all over the place, uploading, being active, and being a part of the sports community. So check us out on the Hop 08.
All right, you heard it first. Go ahead and check his content out, man. Like I said, he got a bunch of dope content. And if you heard something you agree with, you want to add on, you got some speculation on where Aaron Rodgers should go, if he should retire, or if Myles Garrett should go here or there, go ahead, leave us a quick take, 219-413-9405. And, of course, we'll play your take back on our next episode. Other than that, man, I'm going to leave y'all with a positive note. And the positive note is just going to be to believe in yourself. That's it. Just believe in yourself. Whether it's getting up in the morning and you're like, damn, I don't feel like going to work, believe in yourself, bro. You got it. You're going to make it through the rest of the day. Or whether it's the long-term goals of, I got to accomplish this, accomplish that, just believe in yourself, and I promise you're going to get there. Other than that, man, look, that's all I got for y'all. I appreciate you for tuning in. Go ahead, follow us on Instagram at The Run Podcast. You can follow my personal as well at I am Manny Wilson, but check out the content on YouTube as well at The Run Podcast. And then, yeah, man, send us to a cousin, brother, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, whoever you rock with. I promise you they're not going to mind, but we'll be back later on next week. And so on and so on and so on.